All right, taking this camera out for a stroll. Today, my old roommate has been kind enough to lend me this DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. That's what I believe it's called. I didn't even know it existed until he showed it to me because I wasn't in the market for one. And now, oh Jesus, there's a wasp. So now I kind of want to answer the question, is this camera worth it after the price hike? If you found this video, you probably have seen that after the tariffs, the camera went up about 30%. Now the creator kit that my roommate got, he got it for about 600 bucks. It's now up to like $980, which is outrageous. But at the same time, this camera is really good. As I'm looking at it right now, it has face tracking, so I'm moving the camera around and the camera is buttery smooth, just keeping an eye on me, man, and I want this camera so bad. My plan is to drive from Texas to Oregon. It's gonna take me about 4 days in an electric vehicle. And I was thinking, hey, look, maybe I'll vlog it, which means I am now in the market for one of these cameras. I don't know if it's worth $1,000 at that point. Maybe it's more subjective, right? What I'm gonna do is kind of just take this camera for a test drive, see how it performs. This is being filmed in 4K, 60 FPS, so it's a very good quality camera. But the issue is that price. Now, I took it on a walk earlier just to kind of see what the quality was like, see how it fit in my editing software, all that. And the video clips come out great. They come out how you would expect for a vlogging camera. Now this camera, if you found this video, you're aware of the form factor. It's not an action camera. This is more like a run and gun kind of thing where you just pick up the camera and decide to vlog. So if you're planning on traveling, this is the camera for you. If you're planning on doing things like snowboarding, surfing, things like that, things that are active, biking, for example, you're gonna want something like an Insta360 or a GoPro, something of that form factor. Now, the other thing to keep in mind with this camera is I believe the battery life without the extender is about 2 hours. So if you're out in the wilderness vlogging, if you're going out on like a hiking trip, going overseas, going somewhere where you don't have access to a plug, keep that in mind. You're gonna want some extra battery packs. But one thing that is really cool about this camera is it is very, very easy to use. You're not gonna be fiddling with settings too much. Once you have a profile set, that's it. It saves it. You can switch it from horizontal to vertical if you wanna make shorts for TikTok or something like that. So really easy to use. There's a screen that's looking at me so I can see what the camera is looking at, and we can flip it on the fly. So as I'm walking, we are now filming my walk, which is super cool. Now there does seem to be a bit of a transition where it flips from mirrored to not mirrored. I don't know if that's gonna translate to the video clip, we'll see. So for a little vlogging camera, this thing is kind of a beast. And now I'm bummed that it's $1,000 for the creator kit when in the past it was 600 and some change. Am I still gonna get it? Yeah, maybe, I might. I really wanna get it for the drive. Now I will be using more action-oriented cameras like a GoPro or an Insta360 for the biking videos, because I do plan on continuing the biking videos. This thing feels like I have to baby it. The gimbal and the camera that it's on feels like it would break if I dropped it. And this camera isn't, I don't think, designed to be used on a bike or snowboarding. If I took a spill and ate shit on a snowboard and dropped this camera, I think that would be it for the life of this camera. So keep that in mind. You're probably not going to be taking this thing out on more or less dangerous adventures. But again, the question, is this camera worth $1,000 for the creator kit? I think it's about like $799 for the base package without the creator kit. Now the creator kit comes with a battery pack, comes with like a little extension handle, which I forgot to take, but it's really nice. It comes with a tripod. It comes, I believe, with this mic that is on my shirt. And I tested this mic earlier, and even though it's windy, it seems to pick up my voice and isolate it really well. I was told that this mic that it comes with, people buy it for video creation without the camera. Now, is this the camera for you? Obviously, I can't tell you. I would rather not make that decision for you. That is something that you're gonna have to figure out for yourself. If it's within your budget, I still think for the ease of use, for the quality of the video output, this is still a really good camera, man. It's actually such a bummer it's so expensive compared to what it was. That price jump was insane. Now, one other thing to keep in mind is your use case. Are you filming this for the memories? Are you just going to be taking pictures? This does allow you to take pictures. Are you going to be using this to show pictures and videos to friends and family? Are you going to be using this for content creation? From a content creator perspective, I think this camera is still something that you should seriously consider. It is an investment, right? You know, the price hikes on these cameras, I would also shop around. I'm still gonna shop around. Like I said, I just now started considering buying this kind of camera. So I didn't even know this camera was a thing, right? So I'm gonna keep looking. But in terms of my first impressions with this camera, I'm very impressed. But I would not buy this if you're just planning on taking pictures, doing things that basically your phone could do, right? If you have an iPhone and Android, that would do just fine capturing your memories, you know? You don't have to invest $1,000 extra in a camera like this to just be capturing memories. This is for video creation, in my opinion. The other thing to consider is who knows how long that price hike is going to stay. Maybe this camera will either go down to the price that it used to be, or maybe you could find it on some sort of holiday sale if you're willing to wait that long. It really depends on what your plans are for content creation. In my case, I'm driving from Texas to Oregon in just about a month, so I'm not gonna wait that long, right? I have to effectively buy a camera before that, is my goal at least. So in this scenario, yeah, this is something that I would consider buying, and it's something that I personally can afford to invest in at this point, especially because YouTube is becoming much more of a fixture in my life, right? I'm posting content multiple times a week. I don't post this kind of content, but I plan on mixing that in on a separate channel. And one thing to consider is you don't have to buy that content creator pack. You could just buy the camera with some base accessories for, I think it's about $800. The creator package, whatever it's called, the content creator pack, is closer to $1,000, but it does come with a lot of cool accessories. The biggest thing for me is the battery pack, the tripod, the little grip extension, which I forgot to take, but it really does make a difference. And if you're investing in a camera, honestly, sometimes those accessories are worth it. For example, I plan on taking this camping, which means I would like a tripod to kind of post up by my campsite and film me while I'm doing camp stuff. And also it comes with the mic, which is really good. It frees you up. You don't have to be right next to the camera to have it capture your voice, right? You have this mic that is on your shirt. While my camera is all set up, I don't have to be right next to it. So that use case will be pretty nice. I also plan on taking this driving, like I said, so I have to buy a mount separate, like a suction cup mount for my car, for my windshield, and having this mic will be really nice because it will capture a nice crisp voice while I'm driving. And also, I experimented a little bit with it. You can have this plugged in and film, so if you have a USB, it takes a USB-C input, plug it into your car, and I'm pretty sure I could just have this film me almost indefinitely, which is also really great. Ultimately, I think the quality is really good, but it does boil down to your budget and, in my opinion, your use case. Man, this Texas heat is killing me. Farmers Branch, Texas, June 1st is when I'm filming this, and it's easily into the 90s right now, or at least that's what it feels like. My Oregon blood boils at like 60 degrees. So yeah, the fact that I'm still alive and coherent enough to talk to you is already a feat, let me tell you. Now, I haven't explored all the features this camera has to offer. I feel like I'm just scratching the surface, but even so, it's already giving me what I feel like I would need if I want to vlog. Like I said, you have picture modes, you have the vertical option, which shoots in 3K 60 FPS. I mean, this camera is kind of a little beast. And the form factor is really nice. It's not super light, but it's not super heavy. So yeah, my arm's getting a little bit tired walking around holding a camera to my face the whole time, but it's really not so bad. I won't lie, I also just worked out the other day, so that's probably why my shoulder hurts. The image is super stable. The face tracking is so smooth. Like, I'm moving this camera around, and let me really shake it. Yeah, you can see it moving around a bit, but that gimbal is buttery smooth, dude. It is so good. But ultimately, $1,000 is still $1,000. And what I would say is, unless you absolutely need a camera right now, I would wait for a sale. I would also recommend that you shop around a bit. There's probably cameras out here that do something similar that this camera does. But at the same time, this camera is really nice, man. Wow, okay. But yeah, this is a raw first impressions kind of video of the Osmo 3. And I can currently feel myself baking in the sun. I'm glistening with sweat, it's disgusting. So we're gonna go ahead and start walking back home. But I really think that the use case for this camera, obviously it's vlogging. Yeah, don't spend $1,000 if you just feel like you want something that's a little bit better than a phone, right? I mean, it's a lot better than a phone for vlogging purposes. The stabilization is crazy good. But an iPhone and Android will do just fine taking pictures of something like the Eiffel Tower or a mountain or something that you see on one of your adventures. I would only ever recommend something like this for vlogging and content creation purposes. I still have about a week to decide if I'm going to invest in this one. I'm going to go ahead and do some research of my own at the same time with YouTube, with content creation. I'm willing to make that investment. It's really up to you. I wouldn't recommend investing in something this crazy until you have a little bit more experience. Obviously, the content that I'm going to be posting on my channel, it's going to be a relatively underdeveloped channel. My main channel with close to 10,000 subscribers is a gaming channel that does not use a camera like this. But I do want to mix in other forms of content in my content creation journey. But we have all kinds of really cool features here. I mean, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, right? Once I flip the camera, I can zoom in and zoom out. Zooms in about 2 times. So not too bad, not crazy good, but with a vlogging camera, you don't necessarily need to zoom in all the time, right? This is just a little feature. That's nice. You can also go left and right with the little thumbstick. So yeah, a nice little feature. And the ease of use, man, I can't emphasize that enough. The ease of use is, I think, where this camera probably excels. One other thing to keep in mind is that the camera does not come with a micro SD, even with the content creator kit. I think that's pretty lame. You're spending nearly $1,000 right now in 2025 for this camera. They could give you like a 256 gigabyte micro SD at the very least, right? I mean, you're spending so much money already. It's kind of lame that you have to buy another accessory after buying the whole content creator package, you know? I think that's kind of lame, but whatever. It is what it is. That's just something to consider if you do decide to buy this camera. And man, I hope I don't heat stroke right now. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for the content, but dude, I don't know if you can see how sweaty I am. I am dying. I'm gonna sit in a very cold shower after this, bro. It's gotta be done. So will I personally be buying this camera? Chances are pretty good that I will. The more I use it, man, the more I'm convinced. And one other thing to keep in mind is I'm willing to spend a premium for good content. I did it for my main channel. I have a really nice computer and I have a really nice mic, and that ended up paying off. I have a channel that's relatively successful, still relatively small, right? I mean, almost 10,000 subs, not even 10,000 subs, but still something that I think personally is worth it. In terms of my use case for this camera, I still need an action camera for my snowboarding videos, for my biking videos, for the more kind of action-oriented videos. If I wiped out holding this camera on a mountain and destroyed it, I'm pretty sure my life would be ruined. But my plan, like I said, is to post a mix of vlogging content and a mix of kind of action content, like the bike content, snowboarding content, things like that. So I will be posting more on this channel. It's been so long, just about 3 years since I posted on this channel, which is crazy. So expect to see more of me. And if you have any questions about this camera, let me know down in the comments below. And I will see you guys on the next one.